Hey everyone, hope you are well. Welcome to another video, and today I'm bringing you the Taurus lunar eclipse, which is happening on the 8th of November. Now, this lunar eclipse is, because I can say it's a brilliant eclipse, or I can say it's a, okay eclipse. I think it's a good eclipse, lunar eclipse, which is happening in Taurus, because 6 months before we had one that was in Taurus, and it was a solar eclipse. So there was new beginnings that we were bringing. Now this one is about what we're going to be releasing. Now the sun is in Scorpio, deep dark Scorpio. And a lot of this elements with this eclipse is to do with scorpionic themes. A lot of energies in Scorpio, and also some energies that are in Aquarius, especially when it's concerning like our finances, how we're spending money, how we are keeping money, and how we are expanding with our money. There can be a lot of that theme that's coming through, because Scorpio and Taurus, they deal with money and other people's money too. So what can some of the themes that we could expect from this, and some of the themes that I've seen, and some of the themes that I am actually feeling, is once again, we're going to be feeling very, because the sun's in Scorpio, and it's going to, it's opposites, Taurus and Scorpio, they oppose each other. And whenever they meet up, things can become, on one hand, very grounded, but on the other hand, things could become very intense. There's an element of control. There's an element of passion. There's an element of, that whole scorpionic theme, because the sun is here, of control, jealousy, also mysteries, investigations. All of the other themes with Scorpio is, shared resources, how money that you owe and money that is owed to us. It's always good when money is owed to us, guys. Trust and believe. I feel that a lot of you may be feeling that too. But yes, after then you've got the Taurus, which is a very sensual, grounded, earthy sign. It is the bank of the zodiac. It's ruled by the second house, which is what we're eating, touch, smells, creativity. We cannot forget creativity when we talk about Taurus, because it's a very creative sign and it's very sensual. It's the Empress card, and it's also the Hierophant card in the zodiac. The Empress card that is happening with this is, I love the Empress card, and because it's going to be highlighting what's going to be going on with this lunar eclipse in Taurus. We're going to be releasing our emotions, taking care of ourselves, nurturing ourselves. This is what this card is all about. And not feeling bad about doing it, guys. Really trying to take things slow, moving in a slower pace. If something's going to leave our lives, it's supposed to. If something comes in, it's supposed to as well. Yes, we're going to be definitely seeking security with this, because it's the Scorpio and Taurus. We're going to be seeking security in all aspects and themes of our lives, but not being afraid to just sit back and relax and kick back. The other card, like I said before, which is the Hierophant card. This card is going to be playing out big time. It's a very much a serious side to the Empress. Yet a lot of us will be sort of stepping back, going to the drawing board. Some of you could be deciding that, really, and seeing what you actually don't need, and tightening your belt. This eclipse is really going to be impacting the UK anyway. So and there's nothing wrong with spending, there's nothing wrong with beautifying yourself, nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. But we're going to be seeing, especially with the Hierophant card, is going back to basics, instead of going to all these like posh restaurants, cooking at home, instead of constantly buying new clothes. And some of you could be making clothes now, okay? If you're one of those people that constantly buys makeup and that, it's like you could be throwing away a lot of makeup now. Like, I actually don't need this. Or even buying, buying like organic makeup, buying things locally, because that's what this card is showing me. Even though the Hierophant card is to do with organized institutions and that, it obviously does depend on what the reading is about, and it's also about philosophy, spiritual. I feel a lot of us will be getting spiritual, but spiritually inclined with what we need and what we do not need. And if you feel that you're going to be quite stingy during this time, you probably be very overprotective of your money. You know, you're looking at yourself. Basically, we're all looking at our self-worth very differently. It's not going to be that time again. Remember, we had this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in 2000, which was in Taurus. So the whole celebrity, looking like them, surgery, all of that, that was very much highlighted. But with these eclipses, it's like, we're going to be seeing the truth. We're going to be seeing what we're spending, really checking our finances, really spending things on we actually really need, not more like a necessity. And yeah, especially Tauruses as well, you guys are really going to be feeling this. Another card for this, because it's the 16th, is I would say the Mars card. It is the Chariot card, which is a Cancer card. And I don't pull out this. I don't see this card often when I do readings or anything, but the Chariot card is a lovely card because it's showing us what we're trying to control, and it's showing us that there are going to be some obstacles along the way, because this eclipse lasts 3 to 6 months, even up to a year, especially if it's on like your sun, moon, or rising, or your Venus or Mars. So there's going to be a lot of obstacles along the way, because there are things that are going to be coming out of our lives. And it's not about trying to control it, but it's also showing that we're going to overcome it. Anything that we're going to be seeing, we're going to overcome it. I should have done this card last actually, but yeah. But yeah, we're going to overcome anything in our way, and we're going to be connecting more, especially with this card, with the Empress. We're going to be connecting more to our senses. We're going to be connecting more to our emotions as well. And we're going to be moving forward. The last card we have for this is, yes, it's the Mars card. It is a Tower card because it's 16. Now, this Tower card is, if you put it all together, is what I just said. There's going to be a big come down. There can be, remember, Uranus is involved, which does cause chaos. It causes rebellion. And I feel that with this Mars card, with this Tower Mars card, it's going to be showing that what comes up will come down. If you are thinking, and I think, or even believing that everything is going to stay the same, the Tower card's like, no. If you are in a position of power and you've misused it in any way, in general, this will be revealed. If you're just being bossy or just being obnoxious, or this will also be revealed. We're going to be seeing lots of things, like even me myself, I'm feeling with this lunar eclipse that, it's not about me pacing myself. It's just more open mind. Yeah, nothing is forever. If we believe that things are forever, the Tower card is here to show us, no, sir. And again, it can be, remember, Uranus is involved, so things can be very shocking. There can be a lot of disruptions that come up as well. We're going to be feeling this loss. We're going to be feeling intensely. We can get very angry. Some of us can get quite down or anxious, because this Tower card is showing us we don't know what's going to come. It's like things are very much bubbling under the surface, and when it happens, it's going to be very quick, very sudden. But what's left is like, okay, this is the rumble of what's left. Let me see what I can do now. I feel that we're also going to see afterwards that it was supposed to happen. Okay, and I feel that if you are living beyond your means, or, you know, being nice, being yourself, you know, all of that, being grounded. When this Tower moment happens, some of you might be thinking, I knew it was going to happen. Or some of you might be thinking, okay, cool. So yeah, you can see it's a warning, but also it's just a case of, but it's also a case of, okay. So yeah, whenever we see this card, this Tower card, we're going to feel like we've lost our sense of self-worth. We've lost things that we thought, but it is really, I feel it really is showing us that certain things just needed to just be rebuilt again. And with lunar eclipse, especially it says a North Node lunar eclipse, it's for, things really do happen for a reason. I feel that we just have to try and remember that, you know, even me myself, you know, because, you know, these are, you know, crazy times and crazy events. So yeah, I've pulled out some general witchy oracle cards for this lunar eclipse in Taurus. And the first one we have is passion. And it's a fire passion. So this could also be built up within us. And also, you know, because it's Scorpio season, why not? So this card is about fire passion. And it's just showing us that there's going to be some energies that are going to be built within us during this lunar eclipse. I feel that a lot of us will be guided to really, bam, really go for it. Really release things that we don't need. Really say what we think, say what we do. And it could also be, because it's fire, there could be a bit of a rage as well. But it's not like in a bad way. It's just like, I just needed to get this out. I needed to say this. I needed to do this. I needed to move away from this. And it could be done very fast. And this card is saying it's not about fear. You know, try not to fear the changes. Try not to fear what your real emotions are about. Because remember, moon is about the moon. You know, it's emotions and it's the moon. So a lot of fiery passions are going to be coming up. The second card we have is intensification. And it's Letha card. And this card is showing us that there's things that are coming to fruition. This card is also saying that things are really coming to head. And we have a lot of power within us, more than we know, and not to tell people your power, not to show it too much. If you've got something you're working on, try not to tell people. Because remember, we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio season is about secrets. So yes, there's things that are bubbling under the surface. If there's something you want to bring out there, like I'm speaking more in terms of something personal, like a passion project, or it's just to wait. Because remember, Scorpio is also to do with jealousy, and there could be a lot of that being played out, even if it's an eclipse. Remember, this is a lunar eclipse, it's a full moon, so a lot of that could also be brought out as well. But also being fearless. And this card is saying about the strength of the sun. It could really guide us, because if you see this card, it's like a portal that is being opened. So there's going to be a brand new sense of awareness that a lot of us are going to be having. The last card is the Witch Tower of the East Spring. And this card is very much an air card. So a lot of us, there's going to be lots of mental downloads, lots of communication. And some of the messages here is about, you know, there's going to be, a lot of us could be completing a project. There could be tests that we're going to be completing. It's very much on the mental. This also could be about contracts being released, being signed. And it may be definitely to do with like the middle card, the intensification. There's something that we want to bring out. Once we do bring it out, that's when, you know, because this is a spring card, so like things start to blossom, things start to bloom. Continue doing what you're doing, guys, you know. But this card is very much a lovely card that is saying that things will be okay. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're manifesting as well, things will start to flow. And this card is also about creative juices that are flowing. So a lot of us can find ourselves very creative during this Taurus full moon. Taurus is also a very creative sign, like Libra. Is very you see a lot of people that are Tauruses, they just don't work in banks. They're bakers, they're cooks, they have their own businesses. A lot of them are writers, artists as well. They're all about making money, but it's about making money with what you're passionate about. And this spring card is definitely, it's very much feeling about very much creativity, very much about writers, very much about putting your pen to ideas. So we can get a lot of, especially with Uranus involved, a lot of mental downloads about and ideas. And it's just saying, write it down. Even if you don't use it, you're going to be needing it in the future. Okay. When we come to like our wellness bit, which is one of my definitely favorite bits when it comes to essential oils to use, with lunar eclipses, they are working with the energy of protection. Some of you may want to do spiritual work. It's entirely up to you. Me personally, I won't. Any eclipses, I don't do anything. I just sort of like let what's going to happen. But when it comes to, if you want to do protection work, it's very good to cleanse your home. Put in like sea salt in a bucket. 'Cause you know, some of you may want to tidy up your space. So put in like what I do, I like putting sea salt in hot water with some essential oils and just mopping up the place. I love to sage. I love saging, which is good for protection. When it comes to essential oils, especially for Taurus, ylang ylang is key. Ylang ylang is very much a Venus essential oil. It's really good for relaxing the body and the mind. It's also very, very good for conjuring up the sensual side as well. A lot of us are going to be, because Taurus is a sign that is pretty grounding, or if we're needing to be grounding because of the Uranus energy that's happening. Vetiver, I use nearly every single night. With a roller ball or with a diffuser. Vetiver is very good for centering, but also for sleep, for your dreams as well. Keeps you very grounded, makes you not grounded, like it makes you concentrate and not get distracted. Rose oil as well, let's not forget rose oil. Rose oil is really good, very like an aphrodisiac, very sensual, very uplifting and smoothing. It's also quite earthy, but it's a little bit like ylang ylang. And yeah, and also with eclipse, especially lunar eclipses, a lot of us may not feel as energetic. It really does depend on what sign it is, but because Taurus is a slow moving, we may feel very tired. So using like citrus oils, like lemon's good. Lemon is also very protection. Lemon is very much also protection. It's also good for focus. It keeps you vitalized. It keeps you, I was going to say alive, yes, but it also keeps you mentally alert. It's very uplifting. Also like tangerine, lime, they're very good for boosting your energy in the morning, okay? So yeah, that's my 2 cents worth on the wellness. Disclaimer, check with your practitioner before you start using essential oils, or your doctor as well. But now, guys, that was my energy for this Taurus lunar eclipse, and now let's get to the signs. So of course, let's start off with Aries, okay? So Aries, this lunar eclipse in Taurus is in your second house of money, self-worth, creativity, okay? Your main theme is money. So there's going to be a huge release, a letting go. Something's going to be brought out. Some of you could be spending more. Some of you could be curbing yourselves more. A lot of these energies, you know, because it's Scorpio season, a lot of this energy is also connected to money as well. In a way, self-worth, but mostly to do with, you know, joint finances. and emotional deep fears and occult work and releasing. This is the time that you're going to be transforming. So this lunar eclipse is definitely going to be, going to be transforming you in a huge, powerful way. This is like a brand new beginning to be doing this now. And even with Uranus being in your thing, I feel that a lot of you may be very mindful of how much you're spending, how much things are connected to, like when it comes to like your possessions, what you need, what you don't need, what you need to spend money on, what you need to save. A lot of you may be hoarding a lot more. This is not a time of a big control element, if you know what I mean, Aries. It's not a time to really try to control everything, because when Uranus is involved, Uranus is going to mash up things. So it's about trying to go with the flow as well. Okay, it may not be easy, but I feel that once you do that, then things will start to flow the exact way that it should. Remember, these are eclipses. Something has to leave for something brand new to be coming in. And you're going to be seeing, again, you're going to be seeing a lot of change that's going to be going through when it comes to like your groups and your friendships, and also like your career connected to your finances in some way. So you definitely could be, changing your goals and your dreams and your friends as well. I feel some of you may find that money and friends definitely do not mix. So it's about separating the two. And yeah, a huge realization that's going to be coming for you. Don't be surprised as well, Aries, if you start eating differently. Okay, because this is the second house. You maybe started eating differently. Might be making more home cooked food instead of getting gourmet meals or takeouts. And I feel a lot of you may be eating very differently during this time. But yes, definitely connecting to like your money. So the card that you have is the 9 of Cups. Lovely card to have, Aries. 9 of Cups is saying, a lot of your wishes and dreams when it comes to like your finances will definitely be coming true. If you've been saving for something, if you've been especially saving for something, and you may not thought you'll get it, this eclipse will actually bring it in, and it could actually bring it in quite fast, which a lot of you will be very happy about. The 9 of Cups is a Jupiter in Pisces card. And Jupiter is in Pisces. When I'm doing this, when it happens, it's actually in Pisces, which is in your 12th house. So deep down, you could be wishing on something. You could be wishing on a secret. You could be wishing on something creative. And when these eclipses happen, it can actually come true. It could actually just spring out of nowhere as well. It could really shock a lot of you. So yes, you got a lovely card for this, Aries. And yeah, a lot to work on when it comes to your finances. Taurus, this is in your first house. So any of you Tauruses who are like May, you are going to be feeling this. You're the star of the show. This is connected to your physical self, your relationships, your dreams, your body, your job as well. There's going to be a huge turnaround, a huge release that's going to be happening. This is a time where your relationships are going to be playing a massive point, but also there's going to be a turnover when it comes to your relationships. I feel some of you Tauruses, there could be a huge commitment. There could be something that's said that wasn't said. There could be something that, you could be saying, or even your partner's saying. I feel for a lot of you Tauruses, this has also shown me that there is, if there is any blocks in your way, they can now be lifted. If you've had anything, and this could be physical blocks as well, mental blocks. When it's concerning like where you want to be, where your goals are, these definitely now could be lifted. Even if it's concerning money, you feel you're not earning enough. If you're earning a little, I feel that you're going to be earning enough that you're going to be comfortable in. I feel if you feeling that your relationships are not really on point, there's going to be something very drastic that will change. It could be a commitment, it could be a break. And you know, if the Saturn square as well within your 10th house, this also I feel is to do with your career as well. Some of you may want to break away from a job that you're doing. You know, I feel that a lot of Tauruses, they are really dying to work for themselves. Really dying to work for themselves. You guys have got a lot of creative juices flowing within you. You guys are very, very creative. You're not just about the bank, yeah, because you lot are the bank of the zodiac, but this is more than the bank. I feel a lot of you, even if you look back 6 months ago, Taurus, you know, if you've just really been concentrating a lot on like work and career and earning money, I feel now, because that was like the beginning, and I think this is like the middle. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna really get to it now. I'm really gonna, yes, I'm doing what I need to do to survive. Remember, Uranus is involved as well. But now, and also the North Node, let's not forget. So now it's like, okay, I've done all that. Am I happy? Because I feel a lot of questions are going to be asked as well. So am I happy? What am I passionate about? What is standing in my way? Let me get to it. Let me just like make little steps to it. So I'm seeing a lot of Tauruses who are if you are involved in the arts, if you are very, very, my favorite word, creative, if you're a writer, if you're a singer, I feel some of you will just want to be starting putting projects out now, because this does last 3 to 6 months, even up to a year. So I feel a lot of you are going to be doing that now. This is going to be something brand new for your career, Taurus. So I feel definitely now's the time to be doing that. Of course, it's going to be lots of frustrations because family will be like, what about us? But this is something, sometimes you have to do things that makes you happy, Taurus, okay? With the nodes being in your sign, it's about your destiny, where you should be heading. And yes, it does involve your career as well, even how you're treating yourself physically, okay? You know, you may decide that, you know, you may have had good intentions of how you want to treat yourself, but now it's like, I'm going to get to it. So a lot of release in here, but I do feel a lot of things are going to be coming out of you, like projects and all these projects, and starting something new, starting like a new job, or starting or even looking for a new job, or definitely putting things out there, because this is a brand new Taurus that is coming through. So the card you have is the Three of Pentacles. Lovely card. I feel a lot of people are going to be coming to your aid because you're the star of the show, Taurus. If you are getting any frustrations again within your job, if people are putting too much on you, or you know, you're not being respected enough, or know that there's people behind you that are supporting you. Okay, there are people behind you that are supporting you. They have your back. And if you are looking for anyone to help you as well, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, in any aspect of your life, I feel there are people that are going to be supporting you. But again, it's about doing things slowly, which you are very good at. The Three of Pentacles is a lovely card to have for this Taurus, because it's the apprentice, you know, and it's also building, but it's about having help while you're building, and this is also for the long term. So whatever you're doing now, it definitely will be for the long term, okay? And I feel you may be seeing more benefits when Jupiter as well goes into your sign. I think it does trine Uranus. I think it does conjunct Uranus, which is a big one. So yeah, I feel you're going to see a lot more benefits when that happens as well. Gemini, this lunar eclipse is in your 12th house. Okay, 12th house. A lot of you may be gritting your teeth because you guys just want to get on with it. You guys just don't want to waste any time. It's just like, let's just go, let's just go. But the body and the mind is like, slow down. Slow all the way down. You Geminis and Sagittarius is, I think if you're working with the energies, you're doing brilliantly. If not, if you're going against the grain, that's one of the reasons why some of you may be feeling that you are suffering. Okay, because you got the sun also in your 6th house, which is of routine. and you got Venus there. You know, you got a lot of energies that's concerning like your routines, daily habits, your job as well. So this could be bringing some frustrations. Okay, it could be bringing, and a lot of this is very much internal. So, you know, I feel some of you Geminis may not be saying a lot. You maybe just be getting on with what you need to do, but you're not saying a lot. But I feel this might be a bit of a breakthrough. The 12th house is not, I don't feel it's quite comfortable for a lot of you, because you have to really be internal and go within. Seeking answers within, doing some spiritual work, resting, sleeping. Some of you may be pushing yourself and not listening. Okay, and this is the 12th and 6th house which is going on. So it's about, you know, knowing when to go forward and knowing when to draw back. And if you go against it, that's when, you know, things are going to be, you're going to be seeing a lot of blocks. The 12th house is very much an emotional house for a lot of you. Okay, I feel a lot of you are going to be learning a lot though. I feel that if you do go within the higher vibration of it, you will be learning. 6th and 12th with this happening is about losses, but it's also you can gain. So if there is losses that, you know, material losses or anything that actually makes you want to get up in the morning, especially if it's material, there can be some losses that happen because there's something better that's coming along. So if some of you feel that the losses are too intense, or know that something better is coming along, and you will definitely be revitalized by it. This is a great time to be reading spiritual books, raising your vibrations in a way that doesn't make you too physically tired. This is also a great time for a lot of you to be doing something against the grain, and that's what you guys are about, especially Uranus being in your 12th house as well. You know, this is this can bring a lot of like nervous energy behind the scenes for a lot of you, because there's things that are not in your control. But once again, Gemini, you know, things will definitely work out. You know, you just have to just work with that energy. And the card you have is the Three of Cups, which is showing that there's going to be, you know, it's like a celebration, like things will definitely work out for you with this eclipse. You just have to really listen to yourself. I feel some of you may, because, you know, the 12th house is like hidden. This is great to be joined like a group, like a hidden group, talking about spiritual stuff, sociology stuff, things that you can actually learn from. Some of you could be doing stuff about learning about money, you know, income, doing some creative work. So this is a great time to be doing it. I feel that some of you will probably be around more people that that you don't really associate with, not in a rude way, but just more like people that are very spiritual, very emotional. You can learn from them, they can learn from you. And, you know, if there are any celebrations, it definitely will be on the down low, very quiet, very serene. But mostly, Gemini, this is a time of resting. I know a lot of you don't like hearing that, but rest is key because you will get a lot of answers. Hello, Cancer. So this lunar eclipse in Taurus is in your 11th house, a great house. A lot of you Cancers, Capricorns, Pisces and Virgos are really going to be benefiting from this. Okay, sextiles are great. You still have to put the work in though. But yes, this is about your goals and your dreams. You know, your creativity is really highlighted. Things to do with children are very much highlighted as well. I feel a lot of you Cancers, you know, a dream may be released now. Like, again, I feel like you are very similar to Taurus. Like, you guys like to just, you know, you guys very much are about security. So I feel, and I think especially because Jupiter was in your 10th house as well. A lot of you really focused on earning money and goals and, you know, promotions. But I feel now that Jupiter is definitely in your 9th house again. You know, the high vibration of learning is really high now. But I also feel that a lot of you will definitely start to really concentrate on like your goals. I know a lot of you Cancers are very, very creative. Some of you may be business people, like, you know, doing like real estate, or even thinking about buying and selling, and you know, but I do feel I'm picking up, it's my favorite word anyway. I feel that a lot of you guys are very, very creative. Writers, even a lot of writers. Some of you may have started a project and then you just left it at the back burner because, you know, career was the main goal and key. But I think now you're going to realize that, again, a little bit like Taurus, it's what makes you happy, and you're going to get back to it. I feel this is the right time to be doing it, and then, you know, releasing it to the world. So if any of you guys are doing like diary books, or writing down your thoughts, putting it out there on social media, getting like a website, aligning yourself with certain friends, because I feel old friends can leave, definitely, and new friends can come in. New friends. I also feel a lot of you are very supported as well, more so than others. So yes, this is a great time to be doing that and being very creative. Very, very creative time. You know, the sun's in your fifth, so this is to do with children, creativity, fun in relationships. So that may also be helping you as well. Especially we had that lunar eclipse, solar eclipse in Scorpio, which was a beginning of something to do with creativity and your love life. So yeah, these two are going to be very much entwined. I feel that your light is going to be very, you know, the light is really going to be shining now. Like, let's just do this. Let's get to it. And why not? With the Saturn square in your 8th house, yes, it can bring up fears about if you're not good enough, if you're not, you know, can it work? Yeah, it can work. It really can work. You just have to really trust in yourself as well. And I feel this will bring money in. I think between now and the next 6 months or even a year, I feel that if you start, not about you starting, it's about you restarting that project again and bringing it out to the masses. The 11th house is about gains. You know, I feel that this can bring a lot of gains. And I feel a lot of you will be getting a lot of support as well. So the card that you have is the 5 of Cups. Okay, so a lot of you may be feeling that, okay, there is a loss of friends happening. There's certain things that you are losing this lunar eclipse. Friends coming out of your life, old goals, like goals that you had, it no longer is working or viable. You know, it could be a loss of you thinking that you want to, you know, do things that's connected to, you may be thinking you're losing a sense of fun, okay, because you're really concentrating on your goals. You can still have fun with your goals. You know, some of you may be feeling that you're not having to spend enough time with your children, if you have any, or, you know, you've lost, you lost that sense of fun, but that fun can come back, Cancer. It's just going to be a bit more of a serious time. Like, if I don't do this, then why did I start in the beginning? So, you know, get back to, because the 5 of Cups is, even though it's a card of like losing, but it is a card that is opportunity still there, and you just have to really dig deep and try and concentrate on it, because it's there, Cancer. So yeah, it is actually a really nice time for a lot of you. Okay. Hello, Leo. So any of you Leos that are second degree, if you guys are second degree of Leos, like, you know, August, like the 2nd till the 10th, you guys are going to be feeling this. You guys are, you know, highlighted very big. So this is in your 10th house. So you're really looking at your career now. You know, I feel that home is where the heart is for a lot of you. Definitely, because the sun's in your 4th. So home is where the heart is. A lot of energies are in your 4th house when it's concerning like spending money on your home. You know, thinking about the home, thinking about the past. You know, taking care of family, taking care of children. So I feel that your career, even though it is highlighted for this eclipse, it is, I feel a lot of you are really thinking about where your career is. You know, you may not be putting the whole full 100, Leo. I know most of you may not want to hear that, but I feel that, you know, this is a time where you have to be really honest where your career is going, if you are enjoying your career. Because some of you may be, you know, doing your, you know, some of you may be bosses, entrepreneurs, or, you know, doing your work, but there's a problem at home. And, you know, there's something happening, you're working after something from the past comes up that you have to deal with, or something happened with your children, or, you know, a lot of that is really calling for a lot of you. And, you know, you got Saturn in your 7th, which is about open enemy. So there may be people that could be thinking you're not really great at your job, so there could be some sabotage along the way. So I feel if you do feel that, it's time to really have choice. I feel a lot of you will have a big decision to make about how important your career is or how important your family life is. Some of you may decide you really want to work from home. You may not want to work in the office because it can seem very bitchy. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, it can seem like that. But yeah, you are definitely thinking about your career. There's gonna be changes that happen. Some of you may leave. I don't see sacks, because you Leos are very proud. You know, if you feel something's gonna be changing, you'll rather just make that change. So I feel a lot of you are gonna be making a lot of changes within your career. It's like either cutting your hours, or, you know, and also with cutting hours, it's obviously less money, so you have to think about that. But yeah, your career is, you know, it's highlighted, but it is something you have to really think about in terms of, because home is, I feel, you know, you're ruled by the heart. So home really is where the heart is for you. So a lot of decisions that you guys will have to make. And if you get that chance to work from home, it's even better for you. So you can be connected to the home. You can do stuff in the home, and especially with Uranus there in your 10th, that's changing your job. That's changing your status. You know, that's changing fame for you. So I feel regardless what decisions you're going to make, it's going to be the right one. The card you got is a Temperance. So it's about trying to take your time. Don't rush with that decision. Really think about it. Even if you have to, you know, talk to your partner, you know, ask for their advice, or even ask for, even if you've got children, you know, your children could just say something. It's like, wow, I don't know my child even knew what I was going through. So even your children could help. I feel that close friends and family could really help, because there's a lot of major decisions that's coming through. The North Node in your 10th house is about your destiny within your career. So a lot of decisions that you guys will have to make. But I still believe, especially the Temperance card, you know, the spiritual card. So connecting to like the higher, it's a Sagittarius card as well. So even if you have to read philosophy book, even you have to pray. I feel praying will help, especially if you're feeling sabotaged in any way. But also just listen to your inner voice for this message that you need. But know that there's lots of changes happening within your career. But again, it'll be for the better. Hey Virgo, how are you? So this lunar eclipse in Taurus is in your your 9th house. Let's think of something else. That's Pisces. So this is in your 9th house. So lots and lots to do with higher learning. Your mind is also activated. Money on the mind on the money, business, associates, friends, writing, speaking, communicating. You could feel very intense by this. A lot of intensity can be coming with this, especially when it comes to like discussions, or coming to contracts, or coming to what you're saying, how you're communicating, what you're writing. There could be a lot of energy that is also connecting with your siblings and your closest neighborhoods. So again, there can also be a bit of intensity what you're learning, higher learning. You're going back to college. There could be a lot of questions that come. You know, going back to college, are you going to study? Are you going to, you know, are you looking for a mentor? Are you even thinking of, you know, traveling to find love, traveling to learn more about yourself, traveling for like a spiritual quest, because the ninth house is about the spiritual, higher vibration aspirations. Some of you could decide that you want to study something to do with like human rights or the law. You could be bringing out a project. If you've been doing anything behind the scenes, or if you're thinking about anything now, I feel maybe definitely the time to be bringing it out there, or even saying what you're thinking. This is a great, also a lovely, lovely time for you Virgos to be writing and manifesting, because the ninth and the third house are activated. So if you're, again, I feel a lot of people are feeling stuck. If you're one of those lucky ones, Virgos, write down like your, like writing, how can I put it? Writing your manifestation, a little bit like, I'm going to say same to Pisces anyway, but writing your manifestations, but also meditating on it as well. If any of you guys are journalists, you know, there could be some important projects you're bringing out. It could be a mystery that was hanging above a lot of our heads for a long time. You could be bringing it out. This could bring, again, yes, it could, of course, it could bring a lot of success and fame, but it's really something that obviously the most important thing is that you're passionate about it. So great for bringing any projects out. With the nodes being, and you know, the Uranus is also here. This is going to be changing up your mindset, changing up your beliefs. So if you've believed in anything that is supposed to be one way, now it's going to be very different. I feel your eyes is really going to be opened up now to the truths, like hidden things that no one really speaks about, no one really thinks about, or someone doesn't even write about. This is a time where, you know, your beliefs could be published and it can just open up people's eyes. So we can see you very much more like a spiritual awakening. You know, I've also other themes is like you're getting a bit more organized because you've got the Saturn square in your 6th house. So this is showing you during this lunar eclipse to organize yourself. If you're one of those messy Virgos, not living in the mind, living on, you know, obviously you can't say don't, because that's what you guys are about, but organizing what you need to organize so things can be brought out there, things can be said, things can just be, yeah, just things can just really be brought out there, because there's lots of mental changes that are happening for you and very much exciting ones. So you have the 4 of Wands, lovely cards a lot of you guys have had so far. It's about, again, it's about a celebration. I thought you're coming together with people, you're learning a lot with people, you're coming to this realization of what is actual truths, and also especially truths about yourself. You know, there could be also a healing element that's coming. You could be healing that your mind, remember the mind is a very powerful tool in the body. Your mind can actually heal you. It can heal your body. If you feeling any stuckness, should I say, or stagnation, you could be healing it. You could be celebrating you've passed the course, celebrating that, you know, you've learned a lot from different groups of people. You could be traveling, meeting up with people. This is a great time for a lot of you Virgos. This eclipse is going to be really beneficial to you anyway. And also, you know, if you're one of those Virgos that are loved up as well, there could be even more a bigger celebration, because you could meet someone from a different culture as well, and it could be a celebration. So it's a really great time for a lot of you Virgos. Libra. So Libra, this lunar eclipse is in your 8th house. Now, I've said this again and again and again. I continue to say it. Whenever Taurus is activated, you, in a way, benefit. Even though it's the 8th house is in conjunct, that means you've got nothing in common. You have a lot in common because you guys are ruled by Venus. It's very different. You know, you're more, you know, logical, and Taurus is more grounded. But with this 8th house being activated, okay, and also with the 2nd house as well, money, 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 okay? This is about paying off debts and loans, things that you need to pay off. You guys will pay it off now. If there's any confusion, or you're feeling any fears that, you know, you're not having enough, or you haven't paid off this enough, I feel things will come to full fruition now. This is also great if a lot of you do get like that refund, or you get that government loan, or you get money from the government, or you get that loan, or if things are also connected to your, you know, inheritances, any tax breaks, you know, these things could actually be very much revealed to you in a big way. Okay, because Taurus is, again, when Taurus is around, it really does support you. With you, the nodes there, like Uranus and the North Node there, this is making things pretty intense. A lot of things are intense. There could be drama, there could be arguments, concern about money, like, you know, you want that, you know, you need people to pay you back, basically. Or even if your partner's spending, you know, I feel that you're going to be nipping certain things in the bud, even probably nipping your own things in the bud. But still, you know, this is about working through your fears as well. So fears definitely can come up now, you know, but fears is mostly to do with control as well. So looking at if you are being too controlling, okay? And also talking about your fears, talking with your partner, talking with someone who is a professional as well. There could be sexual fears that some of you guys will definitely may need to work with as well. Fears from like past relationships as well, or psychological fears that you are holding on to. Now is the time to release it. Okay, you've got the Saturn square in your fifth, and this is about, you know, how you're having fun. Are you about releasing as well, doing something different? You know, if you're one of those Libras that are very much stuck in your head, like, oh, it's not going to work, it's not going to happen, it's not going to do, it's not going to that, I'm not fun enough. This is showing you need to find ways to have fun, find ways to be very creative. A creative outlook could really help you, Libra. It could help banish all your insecurities out of the, you know, the cobwebs that could be springing up now. Okay. And yes, but once again, a lot of this thing is money. So the card that you have is the 9 of Wands. So it is about protecting. You could be protecting something within your heart. This card is showing that some of you may not be very open to release, not open to share your thoughts, not open to communicate things. This is great, because, you know, you never know who you're talking to, but when it's people that are close to you, it's about trying to work with that and not get defensive, not start arguments. Because let's be honest, a lot of you Librans, the shadow side is that you could be very argumentative if you are called out on your bullshit. Okay, you're not that, you know, this is a general, but Librans in general are not the easygoing types that we're all made to believe. So this card is showing, like, underneath it all, or even what you're projecting out during this time with this whole 8th house being activated, you know, there can be you being very controlling, very possessive, but also very passionate, and there's no leadway. You know, it's just black, it's not black and white. So it's about trying to be open. It's all well and good trying to protect your heart or your, you know, your money, but also when there's something you need to spend it on, there needs to be a bit of leeway. Okay, so quite an intense one for you Librans, but once again, you know, you guys will always work for it because you're cardinal. Hello Scorpio. So Scorpios, if you are the mid Scorpions, so like probably from like the 3rd to like the 11th of November, you guys will feel it. But regardless, all Scorpios are going to feel this. So this is in your 7th house, and the sun, a lot of action, Venus and Mercury is all in your 1st house. So again, you're going to be feeling this intensely. You know, you could be projecting even more so in intensity, more than ever, in how you're communicating, what you're thinking, what you're speaking. There could be a battle going on, battling with people in your relationships, in your work life, in your business partnerships. I just feel the intensity is mostly to do with like it's not necessarily insecurity, it's just passion, but also sensitivity. You Scorpios are going to be feeling extremely sensitive this month because, you know, fears can come up concerning your relationships. That you may be thinking things not, there may be things maybe either stagnated or you're missing something. So you could be doing lots of investigating, like asking a lot of questions, insecurity coming up with checking pockets, checking phones, or you know, accusing. You know, most of this is very much to do with insecurity and paranoia. So that's something you may have to be very quite weary about, because this can definitely play up. Especially with Venus being in your sign, this is about passion and relationships, and this is to do with money. So hoarding could be coming up. There could be overspending or not spending too much, being very possessive with your finances, constantly checking the bills. So yes, you know, because there's a lot of energy, and this is very much a scorpionic time. You know, you're going to be taking this very seriously, and you know, it may be a shame that a lot of you Scorpions not showing that fun side that you guys have, because you could be showing much more of a serious side. But I feel that it's only because you're taking your relationships more seriously now. You're taking contracts more seriously, and so you should. You know, I feel that things definitely will work out. But again, you know, you guys can be feeling very suspicious. And with Uranus being there as well, and the North Node, changes are coming in your relationships. And some of you, you know, you're very psychic after Pisces. So you could be sensing and feeling these changes, and you may want to control it. You may want to control the narrative. So, you know, with Uranus being in your 7th, it's about trying to, you know, let things flow. It's not easy for a lot of you Scorpions now. Okay, you know, you got the squid to the 4th house as well. So a lot of this is definitely concerning like your home life, you know, your family life as well. So if there may be stuff that needs to be fixed in the home, there may be stuff that's coming up connected to your past that's probably bringing insecurities coming up to do with like your relationships. Like, you know, you may have been hurt in your past, and you know, you may be projecting it. You may be, you know, hurting your past, but instead of speaking, you're projecting it to your partner, which actually can cause like drama and arguments and jealousy and suspicion. So, you know, you're the psychologist, or you're the psychologist of the zodiac, or you are the detective. So do some work on yourself, Scorpio. This is a time of transformation. This is your birthday season. So I feel that the nodes, and also especially the eclipses, are guiding you to like really do work on yourself, and to see if you're going too far, and if you're being paranoid, or if you're just, you know, not really listening to your intuition. So the card that you have is a 5 of Wands, which is about a battle. And again, like I said in the beginning, you could be battling people at work. You could be battling demons, or you could be just battling yourself. The main key for you Scorpions for this eclipse is to communicate. Try to communicate your deepest fears to your partner or to people, because, you know, trust is a huge issue for a lot of you Scorpions. Trust in general. When we don't trust things or someone, it's because we've been hurt in the past. And I feel that as long as we recognize that and remember that, so we don't keep making those same mistakes again, we can break that cycle. So a lot of cycles this lunar eclipse that you're going to be trying to have to break. So I feel that communication is key, because the battle, this card is, you know, it's like a competition. It's like competing, competition, but also I'm picking up mostly battling. There could be 5 things you're thinking about. It could be there could be things from 5 years ago that you are that are really coming up to the surface as well. So You know, some of you may feel competitive at work, like you want to go up on someone, or, you know, when it comes to your partnerships or any type of contracts or anything, you may want to, you know, be the first. Or, but again, this is playing within your relationships. Like if things are not going well, you may project it out in a different way. So it's just trying to remember that, you know, seeking analyzation work within the self, taking those deep breaths, doing that spiritual work as well. You know, this is going to be of a great transformative time for you, Scorpio. So it's a very intense time, but I feel, you know, you're a very smart sign. You know, Scorpios are very smart. But as long as you try to remember that, you can transform greatly. Sagittarius. So you're going to feel a little bit, or probably a lot more, like Geminis, because this is in your 12th house. And no, this is in your 6th house, sorry. You see, it feels very similar. So this is in your 6th house of routines, daily routines, pets, your work life, and also your health. So this is going to be a release that's going to be happening. Some of you, if you've had any issues to do with like the physical body, there now could be like a solution that comes. Some of you may decide you want to take the bull by the horns and work with it, you know, figure out what is wrong with your body, especially if you have like, you know, anything to do with like the body basically. I feel that some of you may do it yourself by doing holistic route, or going back to basics, or start to work out, start to eat right, or like get a new doctor, you know, get yourself really checked out. This is the time to really take care of yourself, and even taking supplements. So again, with the Uranus involved with you, Sagittarius, is a big shake-up that's going on, a big shake-up that's coming forth, and you will see some changes within your job and your career, people that you work with as well. There could be some things, secrets that come out to the forefront, because we are in Scorpio season. There can be sudden shocks, sudden changes, something you hear about your colleague, or, you know, you could even get that thunderbolt lightning in what you can do to help and heal yourself, heal your mental, on like your mental as well, physical, emotional, and getting yourself organized. So the card that you have, Sagittarius, is the Emperor. An Emperor, very serious card. It's an Aries card, but it's also a card that is of, I feel it's more for like new beginnings for a lot of you that are going to be happy. You're going to be very serious, very dedicated into starting to get either healthier or more organized. Some of you may even decide, if you even decide to get a pet, you know, I feel some of you may decide to get a pet, but organizing yourself is key. And the Emperor is very much about that, very much a new beginning, and being, there can also be a sense of you being quite strict with what you're allowing in your life and what you're allowing out of your life. Remember, you have the 6th and the 12th house axes going on, and yeah, it feels like it's not a time to really play around. If you haven't worked out for a while, you may decide that you want to, you know, it is saying to take things slow as well. Remember, this is Taurus. You're starting to like eliminate, or beginning to like eliminate things that are not helping you. And it could also be people as well. The Emperor card is a very card that doesn't take any crap. So whatever you may implement now, it can be quite ruthless as well. So, you know, go with what your heart is saying. Try not to go too fast, because the Emperor card is Aries. It can go too fast. But also, you know, pace yourself. Take your time. And also take it seriously. You're going to see, Sagittarius, that whatever you're implementing now, when it comes to like your routines in general, you'll see a lot of benefits when the nodes go into your 5th house next year. So, you know, make little strides now. Start slow but surely. I am picking up mostly physical. Maybe it's because it's the Emperor card, But if you're feeling, even if you're feeling quite sluggish as well, look at what you're eating. If you're feeling not motivated, look where you're working, because again, your work life is going to change. You may be wanting to cut down your hours. If you're doing less hours, you may want to do a bit more hours. Some of you may even want to be your own boss as well. So changes are definitely coming, but I feel you're going to be implementing it and you're going to be very serious about it as well. Capricorn, so this lunar eclipse in Taurus is in your 5th house. So it feels like this story has been played again. It's going to feel for a lot of you, oh, this has happened to me again, or, we've come back here again. But remember, this is about releasing. So with this being in your 5th, this is going to be seeing a lot of Capricorns probably getting into the groove, a bit like Madonna's song, just really getting into things like, I'm going to really go for it. And you're going to be really going for it throughout even like next year as well, when we have the solar and lunar eclipses here come in. So, your confidence, it should be about to really rise up and soar. And it's also like doing things a bit in a whim, because remember, Uranus is involved. So you can feel like, I can just do this. I don't need to have permission to do anything. I'm just going to really do it. And why not? A lot of you could be feeling quite outspoken now, very outspoken, very much in touch with like your heart's desires. This is also concerning children. So if you guys have children, they could be playing a major theme in the whole children realm of conception as well. And fertility is also about what you're going to be conceiving in a major project too. So why not, Capricorn? Why not go for it now? You got the sun is in your 11th house. So your friends could really come to your aid. They could really be inspiring you. Your goals can definitely change. And also your goals can stick this time. With the Saturn square in your 2nd house, yes, it's about money. You may feel like your funds are not really, you may feel like you have to really save and your funds are quite tight in order for you to do your creative endeavors. But Capricorns, in life, when we're going to be creating, money really is not an issue. Most of the dreams are in your mind. So really concentrate on what's going on in your mind. Your mind and your thoughts are going to be giving you lots of creative downloads. And if any of you Capricorns you fancy anyone, you really want to be with someone, or you're in a relationship and you're going to have fun, say how you feel and do it. Dress up, do that workout that you've always been inspired to do. Really, take care of yourself, obviously. But you've got Uranus in the North Node, which is like your destiny points. Yes, a lot of you can. Some of you, there's confidence and there's overconfident, there's boastfulness. Some of you could be like that. The North Node can have that dark side to it. But, you guys are really coming out your shell. And any new surprises that comes this month, which I doubt they won't be. I feel a lot of these surprises from a lot of you Capricorns. Now's that time to sort of embrace it. Embrace that wild side that a lot of you have, and also embrace your goals, embrace new people that come into your life too. The card that you have is the Ace of Wands, which is a brilliant card. It's about energy and vitality. It's about a new beginning of a new creative project. So the Ace of Wands is showing you, again, go for it. The confidence is there, the energy is there, the drive is there. And I'm also seeing some Capricorns starting running. So some of you may decide to take up running. Some of you decide you want to really work out. Remember, with Mars being in your 6th house, this might be giving you that push and that urge to really, go for it. But yeah, and also any type of fitness you're going to be doing, I feel it's not, yes, it is for like the health, but it's mostly because you want to keep up with what's happening within your life. You want to keep up with all the opportunities that are coming your way, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities, Capricorn, between now and the next 6 months to a year. Loads of opportunities, loads of goal setting, loads of you a lot of you guys bringing out creative passions to the world, a fun side as well. So the Eight of Wands is like, I'm here I am, look at me, see what I've got, see what I'm about. And of course, because you're Capricorn, you're going to be taking this really seriously. You're not going to be cutting any corners. You're just going to just see what you've got and really run with it. Okay, so a great time for you, Capricorn. Aquarius, so this lunar eclipse is in your 4th house. Yes, home is calling you, Aquarius. With it being in your 4th house, especially the Saturn square in your 1st, you are, again, all of you guys, because if you're like 2nd degree Aquarian, you guys are really working on, you know, things to do with your home. If you've really decided that you want to move, you probably will move now. Probably a lot of you will move. Some of you could just be looking at, you know, walking around your neighborhood and seeing like a house or something actually probably reminds you of the home that you used to live in your past. I feel also there can be some secrets. It's not, yeah, I feel secret, but also you may find out certain things about your past and your family. And this can help you to see why you are the way you are, because you're very a unique sign, Aquarians. Not generally, in fact, you are very unique. You lot do things very different to others, and you dance to the beat of your own drum. So if any of you guys are decorating your home or just really fixing up the home, if there's any issues within the home, whether it's plumbing or anything like that, you're going to just like, okay, I need to fix this. I need to do this now. And also if there's any issues as well, these can now be resolved by getting someone like a new contractor or, you know, any of that. Especially with the North Node and Uranus being there, there are changes that are happening within the family dynamics, the family structure. And with a lot of planets in Scorpio in your 10th, this is about your career. So your career is playing a major part. There are definitely changes in your career. Again, I feel some of you may be thinking about changing your career now. Because this is in your 10th. This is the 4th and 10th house axis is being played out. So even though the home is definitely the main theme, your career also is highlighted greatly. So again, I think I've said this before, you know, if you guys are looking to change your career, you want to be more closer to home, it's about trying to look at a way how it can suit you and your family, i.e. working from home or just doing a lot more stuff at home so you don't really miss out. Your family could also play a big role now, Aquarius, in terms of, you know, if you've got children and they're going to school, they're doing plays, you may be missing out a lot on it. So you may want to be more around, be a bit more involved. And, you know, with Saturn being in your sign, Aquarius, you know, this is really changing up things a lot for you. You know, we've got the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in your sign for the next 20 years. And you guys are really evolving. You guys are really, you know, you guys are really looking to change up structures within your life. And this eclipse is going to be showing you where, like, sort of like your destiny lies, but how far you're being controlling, if you're not being involved enough in decisions that are made in the home or in the family, or if you're concentrating on too much things that are not really conducive to you. Okay, so a major time that's happening, because you've got the World card, and the World card is the last card of the zodiac. It is showing that, you know, again, things are coming to an end in terms of like whether you're staying or moving, even within your job, things within yourself as well. You've come to like a major theme. This World card is also speaking to me that a lot of you Aquarians are really making moves for like your future. So, you know, if you weren't one of those people that were very committed, I feel a lot of you will be very, because the World card is a Saturn card and you're traditionally ruled by Saturn. So you're going to be making lots of moves, major themes, major moves, major decisions are coming, and it's going to carry you whether it's for the next 20 years or whether it's for the next, you know, until Saturn comes out of your sign, or whether until this, you know, until this like nodal access, this lunar eclipse happens. And again, it will transform you, but it's going to make you think a bit more serious, like, this is what I should have really concentrated on, this is what I shouldn't, this is not really helping me in any way, it's not helping me, it's not helping my family, it's not helping me be happy, helping me in my career. The fourth house for also Aquarius is about the emotional state of mind and emotions. So don't be surprised if you feel yourself being extremely emotional now, wanting to be more closer to family, more so than ever, wanting to be more closer to your family, your mother, for instance, as well, or, you know, major shifts that are happening. So you have a brilliant card for this lunar eclipse in Taurus, Aquarius, and yeah, let me know how it goes. Last but not least, we have Pisces. So Pisces, you guys, this is in your third house. You got a lot of energies that's in your ninth house of higher learning, your belief system. So there's a lot of these themes come in. And for a lot of you Pisceans during this time, is that, you know, you may be in two minds about things. There's things that you may want to bring out to the world, whether it's writing, something you're going to be communicating, writing a book, doing a blog. I feel a lot of Pisceans are, because, you know, you've got this nodes and you've got the Uranus in your third house. This is about, you know, communicating, but also how you're communicating on paper. So I keep saying this as again, the nodes in your sign Pisces is really helping you because you had that conjunction in your sign, yeah, for the next 13 years, and you had another one in your third house for the next 15 years. So I feel we're gonna see a lot more of you Pisceans out there talking about things that people may not even speak about. This could be to do with the mental health, this could be to do with hormones, because, you know, Taurus rules the hormones, like the female reproductive areas, things to do with like self-care. This could be seeing a lot of you bringing out some stuff that is to do with blogging or stories, could be romantic stories. If any of you Pisces again didn't do anything when we had the Taurus solar eclipse in, you know, 6 months ago, you guys may decide, I'm actually going to do it now. You know, you got Saturn square in your 12th. So this is making a lot of you not really be as energetic as what's the word, ambitious, because Saturn being in your sign is not a time that we're going to be pushing ourselves anyway. So you might have felt 6 months ago quite lethargic, daydreamy, saying you're going to do this and you didn't do it, you know, doing a bit of creativity, then just resting. If you're doing that, that's fine, because you're working with that whole Saturn thing. But now it's like your mind may be on fire. It's like, I'm going to actually do this now. I'm actually going to, you know, not pushing yourself because you don't want to mentally exhaust yourself, you know. But with Taurus being here, it is giving you that iron will and iron steel of doing little by little each day. With these, you know, the ninth and the third house, you do really have to take care of your mental state, okay? Because Uranus being here, it can play a lot on the mental. Like, you could feel quite anxious, you could overthink, you could overdo things, you could and it can really hinder you as well, especially with Saturn being in your 12th as well. It's to do with like the body and, you know, stays in hospitals, and not say it's going to happen, but you just have to be really mindful of what you're thinking and what you're listening to, what you are watching, and because this can leave a big imprint on your mind. So other themes I'm picking up for you Pisces is, it's really great. Again, you're a creative sign, great to do something very creative, thinking of something you want to do, thinking of something you want to put out there. This is great to be studying, learning a new language, because it's most likely to stick. I feel a lot of you wanted to do a lot, but now it may be that time to be doing it as well. So the card that you have is the Page of Cups. Okay, so this is actually, it's a water cup. Some people say it's Pisces because of the fishes coming out, so it could be, but it's emotional. It's telling me for a lot of you Pisces that, you know, really go for it. Listen to your spirit, listen to your emotions, because emotions are going to be big for a lot of you. Listen to that inner voice within. You know, some of you may be one of those sort of like logical Pisces that are very like, you know, just very logical, but now it's going to be more on the emotional. So anything you're going to be writing, speaking, tweeting, it's going to be of the emotional state. Okay, and this card is also saying that some of you may be feeling physically, but also mentally emotional as well. That's one of the reasons why I feel a lot of you have to be very mindful of what you are looking at and seeing as well. But this is great, extremely great for a lot of you to be getting stuff out there, and also manifesting, writing down what you think will happen, because you never know, Pisces. I feel that it will. Remember, Taurus is here, okay? So a great time for you, Pisces. And that was it, guys. That was the Uranus. You know, Uranus. That was the lunar eclipse in Taurus for all of the signs. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Again, I love doing these long videos for you guys. And, you know, feel free to let me know how this has panned out for you, you know, because remember, this is general. It's really, I forgot to say, it's really important to look where Taurus is in your personal natal chart. If you do Placidus, that's like the house chart system. But yeah, look where it is, because this will be very highlighted. Again, this is about releasing, but also there's things that are going to be coming in too. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let me know how it's gone out for you. Follow me on, you know, Twitter. Follow me on, I haven't really been tweeting as much, but I will start to. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram as well. And yeah, thank you very much for listening, guys. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.